It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk about EV chargers. Well, since Sky Properties is a green company, we have been installing EV chargers for a very long time. SCE had some great programs that offered us free chargers, so I had a couple of these installed in every building that had SCE. Now the DWP also offers incentives, and there's companies that will come out and install them for free, although I've noticed that they're mostly only doing that now in the bigger buildings where it's new construction, or if it's an older building that is a fairly large building and has the power requirements that they need to install them. I would say install them if you can, especially if you can get it for free or for a very discounted amount. You know, a tenant, if they have an electrical vehicle, is going to look for a building that has an EV charger. Having an EV charger could be a deciding factor in whether or not a tenant will rent at your building. So with that in mind, you should also know that the average income of someone who owns an electric vehicle is over $100,000. So for just some quick numbers, if their income is $9,000 a month and your apartment is $3,000 a month, then your building is a good building to install an EV charger. I would say the downside to installing an EV charger would be is if you don't have the type of demographic that's going to own one, it's a waste of time and money, and it does take some doing to get them installed. So if a tenant has an electric car and wants to install the charger, they are allowed to do that if there's a place for it and they incur the expense. Because there are so many electric cars out there, I always, as a management company, I go into my parking garages, I find the outlets in there, and then I lock them. So I think it's important as a landlord, as a housing provider, that if you have outlets in your garage, that you make sure that you put a cage on them so that a tenant can't, quote, steal electricity from the building where other